Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you today, Phuong?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. What makes you feel good today?
The weather is cold than other day.
Weather is colder.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cooler today. Yeah. What's the difference in temperatures?
It's lower than yesterday.
And you like cool weather more, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. So let's see. Do you have any questions about homework?
No, I have finished my homework, but when I copied that link, it's uh it it might be not highlighted than you give the. Okay.
Okay, let's check. Describe the site activity. So you need the questions too. Let's find that because questions are very important. And let's see, what was it?
Describe an activity that you experienced with someone else. So, well, I have experienced various thrilling activities throughout my life, and one of them.
Okay, let's see, where is it? Yeah, right, so you need these questions too. Yeah, all right. And so it's 3 minutes. Try to record yourself answering, I mean, just from start to finish and just the answer. Yeah? Understand what I mean? Like, you don't need to read the topic, you don't need to wait. You don't need to give yourself 1 minute here. Just do that before, and then when you're ready to talk, just push that button, press the button, and record. Yeah? All right. Let's see. So we've got how many questions here?
5.
5. And how many sentences per question do you think is a good number to answer?
The first question.
Well, each question, how many sentences would be appropriate?
Uh,
About 2 things. It's good.
yes.
So 2 sentences, 2 longer sentences ideally. Understandable?
Yeah.
And so if you answer, if you have like two sentences per question, that's enough, and that will cover almost all of the vocabulary that you need to show to the examiner. Do you know where it starts?
In a course mentioning my life. What?
Do you know at what second the answer starts? Do you know it?
Um,
All right, let's see.
I think it's second 20 worth, and one of them is exceptionally worth. Well, I have experienced various thrilling activities throughout my life.
No, it starts here, right? So it starts early. But did you give yourself 1 minute to think or not?
I prepared this speaking about 5 minutes.
Yeah, so you can't do that. You need to open a topic, give yourself 1 minute to think, and then we'll answer for up to 2 minutes maximum. You can't talk for longer than that.
Yeah.
5 minutes. So, okay, so you can do research after, but you have to, like, whenever there's a new topic, only 1 minute to write things down, then speak. You have to do that. You have to, like, copy the mirror, the environment. You mirror the situation that you will find yourself in during the test. You have to, like, copy it exactly the same way. So you're ready. And then if you fail, or if you really are, if you become unsatisfied with this answer, then you can do some research. You can try to answer again, but that doesn't count, right? So you will have to find another topic for homework then. If you do like more than 1 minute research or thinking, then you need to start it again. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. So this is then 3 minutes of talking, right? 3 minutes of the answer, right?
Yes. Various thrilling activities. Mm, as I don't live in a coastal area, diving experience. What?
Okay. Well, let me follow the part then. Okay. Let's see. I mean the text.
One of them is exceptionally worth uh, mentioning.
Okay. I've experienced various. What's wrong here?
What?
In that selection, do you see the highlight of thrilling activities? What is wrong
Some
here?
activity that I think that thrilling activity is
No of.
uh various. Why not a?
Well, because you can't say that. I have experienced various thrilling activities. We can't put of there. It's just not the right way to say that. Understand?
Yes.
Experienced various thrilling activities through. Well, if you make any changes, you can use the suggesting mode. You see like this? Instead of
Yeah.
editing, you can use suggesting so I see what you change after you write it down, yeah? I've experienced various thrilling activities through my 17 years of life, and one of them exceptionally worth mentioning. That's an interesting way to put it. Hmm. Did you come up with this yourself?
Why?
You have thought of this yourself, right?
Yes.
Hmm. All right, very good. So this is less common vocabulary. You get extra points for that, and it was used correctly. Well done. I recently enrolled in diving activities. Well, enroll. What does it? What does it mean? Enroll.
I think that word is similar with involved or enjoy.
Well, all right. Let's see.
Join in.
To enroll has only one meaning. It doesn't have more than one. And so if you enroll or are enrolled at an institution or a course, you join it and pay a fee, right? So enrolled at the university, enrolled in a local management course, enrolled in a degree course, art group. You can enroll with, you can actually get enrolled with an art group. So you can't really enroll in activities. You understand?
Okay. What words can I replace? Replace that word.
What words can I use to replace the word with? So
Yeah.
well, let's think. What do you think?
Participate in.
All right, so I recently participated in diving activity. That's much better. And how do we know what verbs to use with a certain noun? How do you know that? You open a dictionary called, oops, misspelling. Let's see, activity, like this. So you open a collocation dictionary. Understand? So here we have a noun and we need a verb, right? So first of all, we do. Yeah, what else can we say?
Involved in, engage in, participate in, take part in,
And
undertake.
so on, right? So, and this is pretty much all of the verbs you normally use. It doesn't mean this is all of them. This is just most common ones. As you can see, yes, that's fine. Participate suddenly makes sense, right? Otherwise, it's a collocation issue, lexical resource issue, right? Your score goes down if you say, like, enroll in activity. I recently participated in diving activities. Actually, throughout my 17 years, uh, throughout my 17 years of life. Well, this is, as you can see here, there's a bit of a problem in the highlight. What do you think it is?
What choice?
What do you mean?
Um, I don't understand what you asked me.
What you are asking me.
What you
So
are
I'm
asking.
asking, what do you think is the problem there in the highlight within the highlighted sentences?
I don't have an introduced sentence
An introductory sentence, you mean?
to start with the topic.
You do have that though, right? I have experienced various thrilling activities, so that's a perfect starter. Why not? I mean, well, why would it not fit?
Mm,
Not a problem.
I can't find my problem.
Well, then it's the cohesion. Like you have a good intro, but then suddenly you're just saying, I recently participated. So here we need a connective, a connector, a linking word. So
Um, to start with,
you need to connect that to one of them is exceptionally worth mentioning. You need to continue that thought. That thought is unfinished. Okay, so one of them is worth mentioning.
to be specific.
Okay, well, that's better.
Specifically.
To be more specific, or all right, specifically. Doesn't make sense, right? You can't connect that to I recently participated in. Doesn't connect, right? So no cohesion here. You see, that's a problem. So you get a 5 for that because you didn't connect. You understand? So
Yeah.
now, well, how can we connect it? Well, maybe you can paraphrase the second sentence here. So one of them is exceptionally worth mentioning. So it is diving, right? So something like this, right? So just a short sentence is asking to be used here. It's like one of them is exceptionally worth mentioning, but ideally you would just say that instead of one. And diving is exceptionally worth mentioning instead of one. Yeah? Yeah, you could just start with it. Like, and diving is what I want to talk about because it's really worth mentioning. So instead of one, just replace it with the the answer. Makes much more sense, understand? But again, if you want to continue, then you need to kind of connect it to this. One of them was worth mentioning. So that activity that's worth mentioning is diving. So you have to like begin it again then if you really want to have a second sentence. So I would just remove that. So I have searched for this activity for a long time. I think you can use different tense here, right? I have searched. You found it already. So you can use past perfect. I had searched, right? That's a good opportunity to use past perfect. I had searched for before I found it, yeah? So for a long time, and well, you can keep it as one sentence here, right? So as I do not live, so I don't live in a coastal area. We usually say don't, right? So try not to say do not. It's more natural to say don't, as I don't live. As I don't live in a coastal area. Oh, that's like a new sentence. Okay, so then I had searched for the activity for a long time, and as I don't live in a coastal area, I couldn't find a nearby place to perform this activity. All right. Perform, not very common, right? No perform here. I couldn't. What? Do you understand?
Undertake.
Undertake, yes. Perform, we can check actually. Is it common to say perform this activity? Just take a look like this. And it seems like it's possible to say that. It's not like a mistake or anything, but maybe a little less common. Right? Perform this activity. Perform or undertake. Could not find any nearby place. Again, another like a connective opportunity to use a linking word here, because you have a short sentence. Avoid short sentences. Expand naturally. Make it flow. Yeah. And to make it flow, you need to connect. If you don't connect, that's what breaks the flow. No connective. Got it? Connectives, they raise the level of your speech. You sound smarter, right?
Moreover.
Well, something like that. Moreover is usually for writing, though, you know? Well, in addition, or things like that, you know, it's something, so, to add to that, something shorter usually for speaking. But okay, moreover is possible. It's not like a mistake again, it's just a bit less common. All right. Well, so I couldn't find, well, last year. So, couldn't find, instead of could not, you can use past perfect. How?
Couldn't have found.
Couldn't have found. As I couldn't have.
Couldn't found.
I had no ability to find. Yeah. You can also say, which is a bit awkward. I had, or I could not have found. Well, that's possible. And well, let's just keep could not then. Sounds simpler for you, right? Then so sounds better. So last year, actually both are fine. So last year I had this thrilling experience with my friends. We were a group of 10 and we went to, so no names in Vietnamese, yeah?
Yeah.
Avoid names in Vietnamese completely. Use English descriptions instead. So what does it mean? Yeah, we went to
one of the most World Heritage.
not one of the most world heritage. Just use simple English. Look, you can't spend a lot of time thinking, correcting yourself, going back. So choose something easy and simple for quick and correct answer.
Went to a coastal
Area.
coastal areas.
To a coastal area, but this is a repetition. So maybe you can paraphrase.
When
You
go
can
to
you can search Halong Bay in English in Wikipedia. What is Halong Bay? It's a bay, right? You don't have to say this like World Heritage Site, but you can. It's easier to say. It's just a
popular travel destination.
easy, right? We went to a popular travel destination near the sea, near the ocean or whatever. You can also read a little bit more and use some other descriptors from this article if you want later. So we went to this kind of area, and then so again, connectives, yeah. Where are the connectives? So, okay, here, for example, you don't really have to because you've had a few before. But here, suddenly, already, we already need something to fill this space in. Any idea?
We went to
Before that, maybe?
before the trip.
For the trip, we had researched the internet. Well, do we research the internet? We search the internet. Eh? What else do we do with the internet? We have done some research. Internet, we usually just go on, use, access. We don't really research it. Yeah. Internet is a simple.
But I think that Vietnamese people who speak English said that we also search or research the internet to do something.
It doesn't make sense to say research the internet. It doesn't make sense. You search it. You search the information on the internet. You use it. We use the internet to do some research on a certain topic. You don't research the internet. Okay, so well, all right, then I'm just gonna highlight it so you can come back and fix later, right? That's part of your homework. You should revise this. You shouldn't just look at it now and forget, yeah? And so for a suitable place, for decent scuba diving experience. All right. Again, another connective is asking to be used here.
And then
Right, perfect. See, it's just a little thing missing, but already affects your score so much. And then we found a training center near our hotel. Training center. And all the activity was done on a private beach. All the activity, maybe the entire activity or all the activities. Yeah, understand? In this case, the entire activity was done on a private beach. Going there was a life turning experience. Did you use it? Did you use anyone's suggestions, or it was just like your own ideas? Did anyone help you with this, or was it just your ideas completely?
my own idea.
Good, good. Just checking. That was a lot for me as I came out of my comfort zone. Like going, let's see. Your appearance was great because it helped me to avoid my day-to-day stress. Jump in the sea. Jumped in the sea. I it had when I jumped in the sea, it had a calming effect on me. All right. This is really good, actually. I like this part. Again, very good English. Uncommon vocabulary. I'm surprised, to be honest. This looks really good. But that's why you can't think for 5 minutes. You can only have one and no research, just your note. Like no internet, no Google Translate. Yeah? Understandable? Something's wrong with the internet,
Yeah.
I think. Okay. So, another thing. You should follow the
Cue card.
cue card questions. So what the activity was. Right, you have the intro, which is fine. And then the activity is this diving.
Mapping.
And you can talk a little bit more about it if you, well, if you have time, if you speak fast, you can add one more question, right? So what was the activity? It's like a part one question. What was this activity that you experienced with someone else? Actually, there was the key was someone else here, right? Also an important part of the question. What was the activity? It was diving, and you can add more information. How? Tell me more about diving. Just one detail.
Um,
What do you know about
what
it? What's the question? The question is, what was the activity? You said it was diving. Detail. Can you give me a detail about it?
uh it was diving, and we spent we spent almost my time here to dive through the wave,
Waves. You
high
go under the sea, right? Under the level. Under the first sea level? I mean the
under
surface
the,
level.
yes, maybe,
So you went deep under the surface of the water, right?
yes.
Okay, so diving, you can explain the activity by talking about it. What is it? What is diving?
Diving
Yes.
is an activity that use a board to go through the waves. I think
Bored.
so.
So you don't even understand what diving is. You like diving is when you go under like
I'll go
this.
under the sea.
So that's what I'm talking about, right? Um, you should give a short description to show your understanding. It's diving into water with your head and arms first, or just generally swimming underwater. And that's it, using special breathing equipment. So you can say something like this. Yeah? Can you try?
Yeah.
From the start. Yes, I have
Yes, I have dived in this.
I have experience. Let's start again. The question is, what was the activity?
I have experienced various through activities throughout my 70 years of life, and that was uh, diving.
That doesn't make sense because you said activities. So activities, and you cannot say, and that was diving. You can say, and diving was or
and dive
is exceptionally worth mentioning. And one
and
of them,
diving.
which is diving, is exceptionally worth mentioning. Okay.
Okay. I have experienced various thrilling activities throughout my 17 years of life, and diving is one of exceptionally worth mentioning.
Once at the end. Yeah, well, okay. That's one way to say it. You can just say, and diving is exceptionally worth mentioning. Okay. What was the
Um,
activity? Okay, diving, you've mentioned, but you can add a detail because you want a higher score. You just don't want to just drop a quick answer, right? You want to expand it a little bit. And the question is, what was the activity? You know how to answer part one questions, right?
yeah, and diving is exceptionally worth mentioning. So we so and and I and my friends go under the sea and go under the sea so as to enjoy um water
Yeah, it's a bit too
um
difficult. So use simple words. So, and diving is when you go underwater. I'm talking about the diving, the activity of going under the water. That's it. At least like that short comment. Or you can talk about the Vietnamese diving experience or the Vietnamese diving way of doing things, right? So how do they dive in Vietnam? You could say, well, in my country, we do diving only in special occasions, or we do diving only like this, or we do diving with this and that, you know? So it's unique in your country, maybe, yeah? You could mention that. So that's answering the very first question. Then we have who you were with. So you should follow the questions and just give two, maybe three sentences tops um, per question. I had searched for this activity for a long time. Well, then you could say that this was part of the, like, what was the activity? Yeah. And then, so again, we need who you were with then. So last year, I had this with my friends. We were a group of 10 people and we went to, so now we have who you can expand that a bit more. So 10 people, friends, that's all you gave the listener, all the information. What else can you say about people?
a group of 10 people um, who they are my classmates.
Okay. You disconnected, by the way, for a moment there, so your internet doesn't allow me sometimes to hear you very well. So it was a group of classmates. They were all people that I knew very well. Yeah. A bit more information, maybe you could say some of them knew how to dive already, or some of them were not excited to go. More information about who, because the task is to give that vocabulary to the listener. Got it? And
Yeah.
then next we have when and where it happened. Well, you partially answered already. You said like last year, and well, yeah, how long is not a good way to describe that. So you would need something in English. When and where, so you could say last year, maybe a bit more information in winter, in summer, after this event, before that event, as soon as I turned 16 or something. When?
From I went I went there formally. I went there after after we graduate,
After we had
after we had secondary
graduated.
graduated secondary school to high school.
You can't say that. You just graduated secondary school. To go to or to enter high school. To go to high school.
Um, Formally, we went there.
What do you say? Formally? What is that?
Formally, I think that the same as in the past.
No,
Formerly,
you can't say that.
why?
Well, formally is used in a completely different context. You can't just randomly replace in the past with formerly. Usually we say formerly known
For,
as something that used to have one name and now it has a different name.
formally used in writing.
No, it's about a different thing. When something used to have a different name and it changed. So for example, imagine you had the different name like Jessica, right? So Miss Phuong, formerly known as Jessica, is now taking the IELTS test. Understand?
Yes.
So like that, you can say it, but not just like randomly start a sentence with formerly. No. Well,
In the past, we have we have gone there after we had graduated
no. So
second
in the
time.
past, no need for present perfect. Just past simple in here is enough. So in the past,
In the past, we went there after we had graduated secondary school to enter high school.
right. So that's part of the question. When and what about where?
Um,
Well, you remember that, right?
what?
You remember that, right?
Yes.
About the place, the area.
Um, I didn't remember exactly when when we have uh, when we had planned for the trip, but actually I actually we have planning this agenda for a long time.
We had been planning. Had been planning.
But actually we had been planning for this
We had been
agenda.
planning this trip for a long time. Use simple English.
But actually we had been planning this trip for a long time.
Good, perfect. That's more than enough to get a 6.5. You don't need to try like overly hard with complicated vocabulary that you don't fully understand. So, okay. And another good idea is to show that you're answering this question when and where, right? So you introduce, you say, and about when and where we went there last year, this and this time, and it was this location with this and this feature and detail. Understand? You introduce the question, you answer it, you focus on it, then you move on to the next question. Very simple. So here you have something about research, some about how you were looking for it, which is, I guess, it's related to where a little bit, right? So you found it near our hotel. That's again where. Very good. And a private beach. That's also the location. So that kind of answers the question. Why you went for it. So I guess this answers this question somehow. A little. Yeah, right. So we have a mention here of comfort zone, right? So why, and you could say and about, and as for why why I went there. Going there was a life-changing experience for me, and I wanted, you could say I wanted, like reason I went is because I wanted to leave my comfort zone. Yeah? You have disconnected. I can't hear or see you right now. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. So
Okay.
please repeat.
And ask for why I went there. I would like to say that that was a life-turning experience for me, as I came out of my comfortable zone by
Comfort
going in
zone.
the sea
Not.
comfort zone
Mhm.
uh, comfort zone, and by going in the sea, and that was such an and su- and that was such an unforgettable experience that I don't want to forget.
Just answer why. Why did you go there?
uh, I think that going there, uh,
Just say, look at me, like tell me why did you go there?
um,
Why did you went for it,
the,
right? Why, and not like just why didn't you? We know that you went to that place to dive, but why did you go for it? Like, why did you do the diving? Why did you decide to do that?
uh, because it was uh, a place that contains variety of sea creatures.
Creatures. No, you're talking about place. I'm talking about the activity. Why did you do diving? Why did you decide to do diving? In short, you can. Do you understand? You
What?
can. Why did you do diving? Why did you went for it? Not why didn't you go there? It's not about why did you go there. It's about why you went for. Why did you do diving? Why did you decide
Uh,
to do diving?
because I want to I want to see some. I want to enjoy a variety of sea creatures.
Creatures,
Creatures.
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 Okay, creatures. And you wanted to do what with the creatures?
What?
You wanted to do what with the creatures? You get this.
Enjoy.
All right, you got disconnected for a moment again. Okay, so enjoy, you said, right? Something's wrong with your internet right now. It keeps getting interrupted, breaking up. So you wanted to enjoy creatures. Well, when we say enjoy something like this, then most of the time it means to eat that, right? So
No,
but
I mean no. I mean I want to enjoy or see the beauty of that creature, not
creature of those creatures. All right, that's better to enjoy
for food.
to enjoy the atmosphere with all of these sea creatures around me, right? Are you downloading something? Maybe someone else is using your internet at home like a lot. So right now you get disconnected all the time. You're breaking up. I can't see or hear you sometimes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, okay, you can tell your parents to maybe check the internet connection so we don't lose time on that. All right. So the point
Yeah,
is,
I have told my parents that our
So you got disconnected again. I didn't hear. So you told them what?
I told them to fix our internet connection, but and then they have fixed them. I
Fixed
don't know
it.
why.
Well, okay. I'm just telling you what I see. You know, I want our lesson to progress, to go smoothly, and that's all. All right. We have, and as for why, you could say like this. You can turn this into an answer. As for I wanted to leave my comfort zone, right?
Yes,
That's it. And as for why, I wanted to leave my comfort zone. I wanted to try something.
I want to try something to. Okay, I mean to
Try something new. That's all.
try something new.
Leave the comfort zone. Try something new. Done.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right? And then you can add maybe a comment here that, all right, I want to try something new, and it turned out to be a life-changing experience. Turned out to be, that's a detail you can add after saying, like, I went there to leave my comfort zone. And then you can add, all right, so it also helped me, and as a result, it helped me and why, blah, blah, blah. So that's like additional detail that answers this question, why you went for it. Just focus on these questions a bit more and explain how you felt about it. So felt, that's, you have it here already, yeah, with, uh, so how you felt. That is, that was great because it helped me to unwind, and it had a calming effect. So I want to see more focus on each question. So next time you do this homework, I want you to separate your writing and your speaking into these chunks, into chapters, into little paragraphs. Understand? And show me at least 1 or 2 times that you're moving from one question to another by saying things like, well, and as for uh, who I who I was with, or you can say, and about how I felt, or you can say, um, and speaking of the people I went there with, we went there as a group of 10. Yeah? So like that, you show that you transition from the questions. That improves your cohesion. And by answering each question extensively, like 2 sentences, like an answer plus a detail, you also allow yourself to use a variety of a good wide range of vocabulary. Perfect. You get your score. You can even get a 7 or an 8 if you really understand this, what I'm saying. Yeah? And try to practice it. So next time we'll do the same, but we'll keep this in mind, okay? I'm not going to write it down here because I want you to remember it. I want you to like put in the effort of remembering and applying it next time. So I'll see how well you understood it today. And okay. All right. Any questions about anything so far?
Um, I don't know. Well, let me think. Well, I want to ask that when I talk to my friends or I talk to myself, uh, I will talk by natural way. But when I do some speaking test of IELTS, I can speak natural than I speak alone. Why? I don't know how to improve.
So people who get an 8 or 9 for IELTS speaking, they do something like this like 10,000 times. How many times have you done this?
Um,
50? 100?
no,
Once?
Not yet.
Just practice. Just talk a lot, so much more. And that's it. Like there's no, but okay, I give you here the best, fastest way to improve. You record, you listen to, did you actually listen to yourself, right? So you write after you speak, yeah? So you speak first, then you listen, and then you write. That way you hear your speech, you understand, okay, so here wasn't great, here was good, this word mispronounced, this grammar, okay, it doesn't sound right. Maybe some vocabulary, some words don't sound right. Let me check this one. Let me check that part. Yes. So that's what you should be thinking while listening, and then you understand your speech better. You improve it significantly faster. If you don't listen to yourself, you improve very slowly. That takes years. You have like what, a couple months, maybe 1 month. Yes. So 2 months maybe. So do this. The more you do this, the better you become. But you need to be
Yeah.
strict with yourself. 1 minute preparation, 2 minutes speaking, not less. All right, minimum 1 minute 45 seconds. That's for homework minimum. During the test, you can speak for, let's say, 1 minute. I guess that's fine. But at home, when you're preparing, you should be very strict. You try to use the most advanced vocabulary you can think of. Only if it comes out naturally. Like if you have to like think like this hard to stop and to like, yeah, then it's not good. So you need to keep it fluent, advanced, structured. I give you the structure. It's already there for you, but you need to follow. Well, moving on. So here we have. All right. Let me ask you some part three questions on the topic. So the examiner would normally not show you the questions, right? So you're not going to see them. And they will say something like, well, we've been talking about activities, and I'd like to ask you and discuss with you some general questions related to the topic. So first of all, let's consider this. What kinds of activities do young people like to do?
Okay, I understand.
Your answer?
I mean that I need to practice more,
No, no,
but
no. Let's practice part three
sometimes
right now. I'm asking you a question.
more questions.
So we've just checked homework. You didn't do part three at home. I need to ask you some questions to see your progress. I'm asking you a question from part three. Please answer.
Okay.
You want me to repeat?
What?
Do you want me to repeat the question?
Okay. So can you repeat the question?
Would you repeat the question, please? What kinds of activities do young people like to do?
What kinds of activity do young people like to do?
You don't have to repeat the question, just answer.
Okay. So as I mentioned before, uh, as I mentioned in speaking part two, um, pe- uh, people went to the beach so as to reduce their stress and lessen their um, pressure after a year after a hardworking years. So so they spend almost their time to enjoy the to enjoy to enjoy the atmosphere and enjoy the lifestyle at the beach. Moreover, they they they, they think that by by ex- exploring the by exploring and discovering um, the lifestyle and the lifestyle there. They can also learn learn something about that locals.
Thank you. When you speak, can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me, yes? Okay, so when you speak, it sounds like it's difficult for you, right? So that means your score goes down from 7 to 6 and to 5 because it sounds like it's hard for you. You repeat yourself, you fix yourself too much. So how do we deal with this? Then you need to put more effort into your homework because right now we have very limited time. 60 minutes is nothing. In 60 minutes, I can tell you how to deal with this, but we can't really practice it too much right now. Yes? So that's what I'm trying to tell you now. I'm trying to show you how important it is to practice on your own. Now it's all in your hands, Phuong. So you find a friend, you talk to them about part 3. Choose any question, any topic, and record yourself, please, so you can send me the recording of you speaking with a friend, a teacher, a classmate, a schoolmate, doesn't matter whom. Record yourself talking on the topic in part 3, and ideally the other person would also like respond. You just discuss this. You don't need to practice it like in the speaking part 3. It's just talk and show me your progress at least once a week. One recording, 5 minutes. Can you do that?
Yes.
That's one way to do this, the best way, but it's hard. So at the very least, we also have the other homework that you can do alone. They give you. You record yourself. Again, once a week, maybe twice a week. That's the bare minimum. You can do 10 of those topics together with part 3. This time you just did part 2, no part 3, right? But you could do both of those. And you can do more than one topic. I'll put the effort in and I'll see it. I'll comment. I'll tell you what's wrong. Because I need to hear you speak um, with less effort. Like it should sound like you're not. It shouldn't sound like you're suffering while you're answering. Right? It should sound like you're just talking. And for that, you need to speak more and more and more. Think of other ways you can speak. Like I have given you 2 ways: recording yourself and talking to a friend on camera. You can think of other ways. Perhaps you could just repeat after. You can watch a video and repeat immediately after the speaker in the video. It's called shadowing. You just repeat the words instantly as soon as you hear them. You understand? Oh, you're disconnected. Can you hear me? I can't hear you right now. Hello? Are you there? Hello? Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
sorry. Can
Yeah.
can can you can you repeat what you have said?
So, I was saying that you just need to practice more and please do extra. I give you the minimum. Do the recording with a friend discussing part 3. That's extra homework, but I want to see how determined you are because you can get there. I see that you're smart. You know this, right? You're smart, but you need to put in the effort too to get something out of your intelligence. Yes?
Yes.
So do the recording, do a bit of extra homework, It's on you. Now, this is your answer here. Actually, should be just one thing I want to say. Beach. Longer E, please. Okay?
Yes.
Beach. And this is your answer. You can check it a little later because I have another student right now waiting. We have to finish at 8:30, okay? But this is something you need to review at home. We will look at it next time as well. This is what you just
Okay.
answered. And then if you make any changes, please use the suggesting mode, this different feature of Google Docs. Don't forget your regular homework, which is again bare minimum. Bare minimum. Keep this in mind, the general comment. You have some band descriptors. You don't have to look at them again, but they are here. And you have also the exam video. We haven't done this because we were busy checking homework, but you can also continue watching it on your own, okay?
Yes.
All right, so when do we meet next?